Oregon decriminalized all the heavy drugs, like heroin, fentanyl, methamphetamine. What could go wrong? Well, except for a lot of people dead and living on the streets, now Oregon is going back to criminalization of heavy drugs. I'm sure you know about Oregon, where they decriminalized hard drugs a couple years ago. It was HB 4002. They made fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine the most killer drugs in America. Basically, okay. They were decriminalized. And if you got caught with possession of heroin or fentanyl or methamphetamine, you either got a $100 fine or nothing, or you got to go into treatment for free and had no record. Let me show you what that has turned into in Portland. That's downtown Portland. It's covered by people living, eating, pooping, peeing in the streets. It's so bad on both sides of every main street in Portland, you can't go outside unless you want to step in it. And I mean literally. Portland had gone so far to the left, and the whole state of Oregon had, that they thought it was just peachy keen to legalize all these killer drugs. 1,250 people died last year from drug overdoses, up 42% from the year before, while drug deaths nationwide were up 2%. So a 2,000% increase over the rest of the country. They're now putting through a law that said, oh, you have heroin, you have fentanyl, you have methamphetamine, you can now go to jail, but just for 6 months. Why? Because they don't want to see what drugs do to people.
They don't want to see it, but they're creating a problem.
Well, they created it.
Yeah, they created the problem.
Those drugs were illegal, but they decided, people that are on heroin and stealing or on fentanyl and haven't died yet, they're just misunderstood, Will. They just need niceness.
They call it a mental health crisis. That's what they're calling it. They set these people up to fail, and you make it easy for people to have drugs. What, the government's doing it? The government's going to help us out. The government's going to make it easy, accessible for us. Why not? People are going to do it. Let me remind everybody, the administration that's in Capitol Hill right now, they were putting out this dope kit. Remember that? They had a needle in there. They had a crack pipe in there.
But it was a clean needle.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Well, people are going to do the drugs, so let's make sure that they have clean needles to do it with.
Wait a minute, and a clean crack pipe.
Yeah, that supposedly was not going to be in the dope kit, and then come to find out the crack pipe was in the dope kit. This is horrible. This is so wrong on so many levels. And it's the federal government doing this, and even the local state government. Look at Oregon. Same thing in San Francisco. Before I left California, they were talking about heroin shops because people need a safe space to go shoot up heroin.
Wow.
What? And then the same thing happened there. People have tents. They're all strung out on drugs and they're hanging out.
I totally agree.